Okay, so part two of how I was accused of kidnapping my own kids. So, like I said, the day ended. Everybody thanked me. Me and the girls made it home safe. They made sure we did. Dot 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 dot. So we gonna fast forward about 4 or 5 days, right? 4 or 5 days come, and I'm sitting in a totally different gas station, minding my own business, and the county number pops up on my phone. My first thought was, okay, maybe, they done got some wires crossed and they thinking my kids is cutting school because, like I said, I just homeschool them for the school term. So maybe they thinking, my kids out of school. Because why would the county be calling me? I know people with the county, like I know the school resource officers from my kids' previous schools, and I know people with the county, but this ain't that. Answer the phone, right? Hello? Hey, is this Miss Battle? Yes, sir. So I know you wondering why I'm calling you. Oh, I absolutely am. Yes, sir, I am. Said, hey, well, did you rent a U-Haul truck on September 16, 2025? Yes, sir, I did. This man proceeds to say, yeah, well, we got a call. She was kidnapping some kids. You had them on the back of the U-Haul truck. Sir, what? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? Y'all, he was like, hey, well, it's not serious. If it was serious, I'd be in your face right now. We'd be in person. Or I'd be sitting at your front door. And I'm like, right. He was a pretty cool officer. Gotta give him that. But I was like, oh my God, kidnapping some kids? I was like, sir, listen. I started explaining myself, right? I was like, sir, those were my kids. They weren't the only people on the back of the truck. Like, he was like, yeah, well, he's like, I want you to understand. He's like, kids could have a heat stroke or asthma attack or anything like that. He was like, what did he say? He said, I just wanted to call you and let you know because I did have to do a report. So I asked him, I was like, sir, how did you get my information? He was like, yeah, well, the U-Haul company gave me your information. Yeah. So if the U-Haul company gave you my information, that means you went to the gas station for whoever called, you reviewed that footage, or somebody gave you the U-Haul tag number and you went to U-Haul. But for you not to be in person with me, charging me, or anything of that sort, you reviewed the footage, right? Okay, cool. What the? So he says, yeah, well, I got that information. I had to do a report. The footage that I saw a mother and some kids and, dot, dot, dot. But I wanted to let you know that I do have to do a report, and I want to make sure that you were aware that I did the report. Y'all say how many times I'm blinking? 'Cause, sir, what? I had so many questions. So many questions. Like, first of all, who reported it? Was it the dude that tried to get my children? Because that gas station was busy, y'all. Anybody could have reported. And like I said, we sat there for at least 20, 30 minutes. How long do it take for a police to respond to kids being kidnapped? Right. So, at the end of the day, the moral of the story is mind your own business. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm a person of sense. Yeah, whoever called thought they may have been helping some children. And there is trafficking, kidnapping going on. So I don't hate you for doing what you did. But if you were that person that ran up to that truck and said you could take the kids or the furniture, or if you was anybody else at that gas station, there were so many other ways of doing things. And like I said, that gas station was super busy. It was people in and out that gas station, in and out that gas station. But it was a lot of people hanging around. So for whoever called, if you was paying such close attention, and since you was minding my business, you wasn't minding it close enough. Because from the police to see that the footage that they had no volume to, that I wasn't kidnapping kids, you was minding my motherfucking business. Again, moral of the story is mind your business and not mine. And I would never kidnap my kids. I love my kids. But it was a story time worth sharing because it was funny, scary, confusing, exhilarating. All that in one. Yeah, it was crazy. And it took me some months to share that, but there goes the story of how I was accused of kidnapping my own kids.